In 15 seconds, let me share with you why I made this video. Countdown starts now. Firstly, it's not to impress you, but to impress upon you, showing you what's possible. It's taken me more than 12 years to get to this point where I can have 5 income streams, sometimes fluctuating between 5 and 6, depending on the month, depending on the time of the year and anything else. So I hope my story, my income streams inspire you to think out of the box, use the opportunities you've been dealt, and actually move forward based on that. Working hard is what I do. Working hard is all I know, right? It's what I'm made of. It's in my bloodstream. Firstly, I'm an employee. There's nothing negative about being an employee. That's where a lot of people start, including myself. So I'm a professional. I have a professional qualification, which is environmental health. I now own a master's in environmental health. But that master's only came now. And so reaping those benefits through my other income streams come as a result of that. So let's never, ever shun education.
Did school fail you or you failed school?
School failed me.
So I work for one of the largest metropolitan municipalities in the country as a senior environmental health practitioner. I started off as an environmental health practitioner and then moved the levels to being a senior environmental health practitioner. And as other opportunities open up, I'm going to take them up as well and explore them and venture into them, because the higher up the ranks you go being an employee, then the more money you're likely to make as you go on through that ladder. Then through those opportunities, you'll be able to open other ventures as a result of that. Number 2, I think one of the best decisions I ever made was starting a business called EnviroSwitch. It's an environmental health business. In other words, I still stuck to my skill set. Through running this business, I then got to learn a lot of skills, but also got to make a lot of income when I then sold it off. In selling it, there was also an additional condition that said that I had to remain in the business for 2 to 3 years, depending on how the handover strategy would be. As seamless as it would be or challenging as it would be would determine when I actually get to leave consulting on their behalf, so that the new owners actually take up a business that operates and successfully operated through COVID-19. And also to ensure that there isn't a conflict of interest that is created between myself and the current owners. So I stuck to what I studied, what I know, what I learned, what I built my skill sets around, and what I encapsulated my career around. And therefore the business venture actually then turned out well.
Entrepreneurship, everybody wants to be successful as an entrepreneur. Everybody wants to be rich. How many people are going to be willing to get punched in the throat and keep going, keep getting back up and keep doing it? It's very difficult, which is why, you know what? Not everybody should be an entrepreneur. Try it.
So that's my other income stream, in that I'm still a consultant working during this period, with the aim, obviously, of waiting out this period of seamlessly handing it over to the new owners. So that's another income stream. The next income stream is that of being a part-time lecturer for the University of Johannesburg, because the HOD there is on maternity leave. So they've asked me to take over the module for the rest of the year. So I actually have a lecture at 4 today. I remember actually sharing my payslip with the UJ students that I was lecturing to. Probably one of the best decisions I've ever made, because it changed their attitude from being despondent and not wanting to be interested in what the future held in the profession, and actually seeing their qualification as useless, to a well-motivated type of student audience that I wanted to lecture to and engage with for the rest of the year. It's in environmental health, one of the modules there being for final year students. I've done this for the past 2 years. It's empowered me in many ways. And one of the reasons that door opened up is because I got my master's in environmental health. But over and above that, I started off just as a moderator for 2-3 years, where I would get no income. I would just build on the skill, understand the environment, build on the skill sets, and actually learn more about the environment that I'd be working in, so as to also figure out the growth element and where I would actually grow to become a lecturer, a senior lecturer, a doctor, or a professor one day. They've called me prof since our student early days. So it means that it's still in my path to become a professor. At the age of 34, I still have a bit of time and I'm still exploring a lot of things. Number 4, I'm into property. If you were to look at my vision board, you'd actually realize how much I'm into property. Back in 2014 already, I indicated that I want a property empire. And therefore I started working towards that particular journey. So currently sitting on 3 properties and looking to actually get more into properties and developing certain properties in the long run, and maintaining the relationships, the tenants, making sure you release statements on time and paying everything that you need to pay also inadvertently takes its toll. So one needs to be aware that out of all the things I've mentioned, this on top of it also adds another load to it, especially because it addresses issues of money and monetary gain from these particular investments. Also looking into getting to commercial properties and building my portfolio more and more, so that the realization of a property empire for the legacy sake actually remains. And the 5th thing is probably the most controversial, but at the same time, one of the most rewarding. So it's the most risky and the most rewarding. It's that of being a loan shark, meaning I just borrow money out to people at an interest rate higher than what banks actually borrow out money to people for. Then they pay that money back to me, I borrow it out to more people, and then the risk always comes in that some people then don't pay you the money. So some months are better than others, some years are better than others as well, and that's where the challenge is when it comes to this particular income stream, but it's consistent enough to constantly bring you income every month. Then another income stream, which is not so consistent, I'll have to admit. It's something that we started back in 2018 when we bought a vehicle to put into Uber. So COVID came, and then 2018, 2019, and then early 2020, we were able to derive an income from that. But COVID came and sabotaged that entire thing because that industry was well affected, right? Not only did things become more expensive, maintenance of the vehicle became more expensive. During that period, we weren't able to have that income stream cover the costs that it has, so I had to pull it out. But since then, 2 years later, this year alone, into the vehicle, into Bolt, into InDrive, into takealot.com, and also into parcel delivery for other courier services. And that's something where it's passive income. I don't need to lift a finger. I provide the resource. The driver, in other words, rents the vehicle out from me. They use it to deliver the parcels or to deliver people to their various destinations, and all they have to do is pay a fixed amount with certain conditions that favor me at the end of the day, but also synergizing to favor the driver in the end. So it's an up and down battle because it's also dependent on how people respond in that particular business. Some weeks are better than others, but let's say in the 11th month run of 2022, one made money through these mediums using the vehicle as a passive income stream for a period of 5 months. So in 11 months, 5 months, it actually made money, and then the other 6 months, it didn't make much money for me. But it is an income stream that I will count as a 2022 income stream. Well, here's some bonus things that I do that will eventually lead to income. And then number 7, I'm raising a family, guys. I'm a father, I'm a husband. How this one falls into play is that they contribute what they can through their skill set. My wife is employed. My wife is part of the business ventures I get into. My wife is a strategic partner in everything that I do. And therefore, she helps elevate our income more than I am individually. So I count her as a bonus income stream for the household. She's a bonus income stream for the household. And then the additional thing is my company, It Starts With You, where I offer coaching services, where I offer lessons, mentorship, where I guide people, where I empower people, and it's a full-on fledged business. It hasn't made any income for me yet. It hasn't made me any profit yet. It's still something that I'm building using another tool, the tool of YouTube. So through YouTube, I'm working alone for most of what I do. I build and capitalize using the time that I have available for myself. And in using that time, it means that there are some limitations. However, This is where my passion is growing. This is where I'm enhancing my skills. I'm enhancing my public speaking skills. I'm enhancing my ability to be behind the mic. I'm enhancing my ability to be behind the camera. I'm enhancing my ability to actually influence people on the other side of the camera, you guys listening to me, through the lessons that I'm able to build on and impart for mine and your benefit in the process. And if you know YouTube and its platform, and if you know the type of standards that you want to create in the future, because at this point in time, it's a small YouTube channel, but it won't stay small for long, that's for sure. Not with the content that I'm dishing out, not with the knowledge that I'm dishing out, not with all this positive energy that I'm bringing about for people to learn as much as they can from my personal and built experiences, right? And then also, I'm part of 𝐌𝐿𝐼𝐻 Foundation. It's a non-profit organization that we formed back in 2018. It stemmed from the company that I used to own back in 2017, 𝐌𝐿𝐼𝐻, the one that I told you about earlier on, right? The cash cow. So 𝐌𝐿𝐼𝐻 Foundation is a non-profit organization where we do philanthropic work, different types of philanthropic work. We actually help people, we donate, we partner with organizations, and the whole point is to have an impact that empowers and grows other individuals. But you can go to the website again for you to be able to know exactly what it is that we're involved in and what we do under our non-profit organization. So those are the things that I'm doing. There was a point in time where I did feel a bit of burnout, but I came out strong. I think I was just feeling it.
I can see
but
the
I
energy.
came out strong from
I
it.
can see the energy.
Yeah.
This is nothing. All of these things that you're doing is nothing.
So I hope more than anything that you guys gained something from watching this video. You gained something and you were inspired and motivated to find new ways of actually having passive additional income. There's certain things that one can get into that I haven't explored as yet, right? Especially the digital marketing space, especially trading, Bitcoin, all those things that I'm not so informed about. So largely, most of the time, you need to get into industries where you are more informed about where you are getting into, because ultimately, if not, then you will lose a lot of money. And this video is about income streams that benefit and profit me as an individual, my nuclear family, people around me, and people that I've employed, people that I've empowered, and people that I will continue to build with moving forward. So it starts with you. Follow your own path, whether you are an employee, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are a person skilled in different things, whether you are a salesman, whatever skill set that you have, build on that and make sure that it empowers you in creating additional income for you. Cheers, guys. I love you. On to the next one. It starts with you. Awe.